The thoughts and opinions expressed during this broadcast are for entertainment purposes only. They are not facts. Now enjoy the show.
What's the deal? What's the deal? What's the deal? It's the Not Impressed Podcast, episode 22. We back with another one. It's your boy kanesworld.
For Pete's sake.
You feel me? It's good to see everybody tapping in. You know what I mean? We just hit 112 subscribers last night. We had a real, you know what I mean? Because I feel like you guys are with us. So you guys should know, you know, we get these little small accomplishments, you know, things like that. We got a nice little YouTube short that went to 3.2K views last night. You know, we got an extra 10 subscribers in one night. You know what I mean? They're small wins. But
those are small wins, but
wins nonetheless.
Big victory.
Small wins, but wins nonetheless. You know what I mean?
Sir.
So we're going to keep going up, man. And on that note, if you're here, like, subscribe if you haven't yet. You know what I mean? Tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend.
I'm over here trying to get situated. My shit's all fucked up.
Classic.
I've been clumsy today. About to take the whole fucking cord, like break my shit, man. Fuck.
Oh, what's good with you, brother? How's your weekend?
What I do this weekend? What the fuck did I do?
What did you do?
Whole lot of nothing, just gym.
Gym?
Yeah.
My boy's been consistent in the gym, huh?
Yeah. It's been pretty good.
My boy been consistent.
This motherfucker took me to the gym, and he's over there fucking. This guy's been doing it for forever. He has like 80 pounds on each arm, nigga.
He's lying. It was like 65 or 70.
Bro, these fools were going hard. You and that dude were going hard, bro.
Drew.
But I ain't gonna lie. After that gym session and shit, like my shit was
sore
for like a couple days and felt good.
Hell yeah.
What the fuck did I do this weekend though, bro? I don't even know. Damn.
Yeah, I worked on Saturday and then went to dinner for my cousin. We went to dinner last night. You know.
Okay. Yeah.
Which was cool. Went to a little spot called Spire on top of the Intercontinental Hotel and all.
That should look dope.
Yeah, it was pretty fire. It was a dope vibe, man. Too expensive, man. Too expensive.
That's what I'm saying. It looked dope, but looked very expensive.
Yeah, man. Too expensive. I spent like $300 last night.
That's craziness.
Should have went to Ruth Chris.
You know what? I remember what I did. I was fucking cooking up this weekend, bro.
Oh yeah, making beats. I seen you drop.
Yeah,
I dropped a nice little 4-pack or something.
Yeah,
like that.
that's what I did. I'll probably preview one of the beats on the intro on this shit.
On the intro. Yeah, if you guys check my boy out, man. He's making a lot of different beats, man. Even if you don't make music, it's like a cool vibe to listen to.
Yeah.
Man. For sure.
Yeah, so that's what I was doing and shit. Like, it was funny because I told Olivia, I was like, I got to do 5 beats today. She goes, make it 6. And I'm like, all right. She goes, in 6 minutes.
Jesus.
I'm like, all right now. I'm like, all right now. Come on, man. But yeah, that's what I did, man. I just cooked up. Then I went to the gym. And yeah, that's pretty much been the vibe, bro.
Yeah. It's also NBA All-Star Weekend this weekend. I didn't watch
nothing,
stuff.
bro. I actually didn't even realize it was.
I do want to check out the halftime show. They had Burna Boy, Thames, and Post Malone. So I'm like interested in checking that out.
That's dope.
It'd be better than the Rihanna halftime show.
The dude that won the dunk contest, though, like, is he an actual basketball player? Like,
yeah, they're all basketball players, but
I mean, he's actual NBA?
Yeah, they're all NBA players. But
I never heard of him in my life.
Basically, they've been debating it all week. Basically, if they should be getting rid of the dunk contest, just because a lot of the All-Stars don't really get in it because they don't really feel the need. Like, I'm not gonna go out there and possibly injure myself or lower my stock because I can't make a certain dunk or something like that when I don't. It doesn't really do nothing for me.
What do you think was the best like who did you witness to be the best dunk contest? Like,
I can't even remember. I mean, that Spud Webb was crazy. If you guys haven't seen that, go check out Spud Webb.
Yeah, of course.
Dunk
just
contest.
by his height.
He's like 5'6".
I think he was like 5'3".
And he's doing great. I don't know about that short.
Yeah, bro. He's like very short.
Let me see.
He might be like 5'3", 5'4", bro.
Because 5'3".
You know who was another one though? What's the guy's name? Nate Robinson.
That was 5'6". Yeah, 5'6". Nate Robinson too. I feel like it hasn't been good since like Aaron Gordon, and then even those years, like I feel like after what's his name, Griffin, Blake Griffin. Yeah. Once he got that, it was like more about props. Like he dunked over the Kia, which was cool. But it's like
the contract they have with the NBA.
Yeah, it just became more
product
about
placement.
It became more about like what props you could bring and what you could do than like crazy dunks. The guy who did win though, his name is Mac McClung, I think. He did a 720 dunk.
That was pretty cool.
That was super dope. 720.
It reminded me of the air up there and shit from Ad One.
Oh yeah.
Because he would do that 2 360s and shit. Whatever the fuck.
That's just fire.
I think like we talked about it a little bit. I think Jason Richardson's dunks were the best. It was like he did like a under his legs like left hand dunk. That was cool. But what else could you really do
at this point? That's the thing. I mean? What can you do?
Like Jordan was dunking from the free throw line. You know what I mean?
But I see people. I feel like when you watch like these people on YouTube, they're doing more extravagant dunks than like.
Oh yeah, like the YouTube dunkers and stuff like that.
Like they're doing the craziest of the craziest.
Yeah.
The NBA,
there's not much you could do though, man.
Yeah, and then in the NBA, you're like trying to also keep it safe to where you don't get completely injured trying to do this crazy ass 720.
Who won the? I think Dame won the 3-point.
Yeah, I think he did.
Yeah. Did Steph Curry even participate?
I don't think so. Not this year.
He's like, I don't need that shit.
Yeah, like, bro, you know who's the best.
Yeah, I mean, to me, the whole All-Star Weekend shit, like, I mean, at least for me, I mean, sports in general just kind of have died down a little bit for me. But I didn't see no hype about this one.
Yeah, I didn't see too much.
The only thing I did see is that James Harden was upset that he didn't make the All-Star game.
Yeah, I didn't even see that. I've been watching Shannon and a Skip in the morning for some reason recently this week and shit. So I just watched a lot of them talking about how they don't think that it should be even in the NBA anymore, that everybody steps out. The last person who said that they're going to do it, it was basically went down, they said, when LeBron denied to do it. Like he said he was going to do it. He's like, I'm going to do it next year. And then he never did it. And then after that, you just started seeing less and less of like these prominent players doing it.
I've seen, I was watching like I think it was like a top 10 best dunks or some shit. And you remember that dunk that fucking Vince Carter did in I believe it was
when
like
he stuck his arm in there?
No, it was in the dunk contest. It was in the middle of a game. I want to say it was a USA versus
and he
something.
dunks over the guy.
And he jumped like, man, hey bro, Vince had hops.
Yeah,
bro.
one of the craziest dunkers. And that's who I remember.
Bro.
That's how I remember first sticking their arm in the rim.
Yeah, the arm in the rim and shit.
That's insane.
Yeah, so that one was a top dunk, and then there was one that Blake Griffin did. You remember that one where he went over and like he didn't necessarily like even full on contact the rim, but he would jumped over the motherfucker and like threw that shit down in the bro. That shit.
I remember seeing that.
Bro, that shit was beast, bro.
Crazy.
Beast. But yeah. I'm not really too much into the All-Star game. I didn't even know what was really happening until.
Yeah. If I hadn't watched the Skip and Shannon, I probably wouldn't have known. Or just been keeping up to the Lakers and they're like, okay, we're hitting the All-Star break. We're not going to play again. So
have you been watching any Lakers games since the cherry?
I've actually fucking been missing them just because before when I was working night shift, I would like be able to tune in a bit. Now it's like I work during the day. It's like I could tune in, but at that time I'm like at the gym or something like that. So it's like I'm not going out of my way to watch it.
Yeah, I haven't watched nothing, whatever, but I have been seeing that they've actually been winning and shit. Some games.
We won like I think I want to say like 3 games in a row.
Yeah, that's dope.
Let's see what's up, man. Got rid of rest break. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I don't know what I see for the future with the Lakers, though, man. I think that they really need to really start considering stop giving all their fucking like top
picks away, man. Like for sure, you
need to get some first round. If I'm not mistaken, they gave away a pick for that trade too.
Yeah.
So it's like you guys are kind of like. I mean, I get it as now, you know what I mean, but we need to start thinking about the future.
I think this was like the last of it. Unless we just pick somebody up off something else, we're not going to be giving away no more first round picks. I think basically because LeBron even said when he won the scoring title. Well, shout out LeBron. We didn't talk about that on the podcast.
Oh yeah,
won the scoring title.
Yeah,
number one scorer ever in history, past Kareem Abdul-Jabbar.
Yep.
Congratulations.
I forgot who was on. I wanted to tell you because like somebody's on that list where I'm like, what the hell? Go ahead,
yeah, but yeah, he passed Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. Congratulations to him. Yeah, man. I forgot what I was saying.
my bad. Hey, so. Let me see if I can fucking find it though, because somebody's on that list where I'm like, that's surprising. That's very surprising.
Yeah.
So we got LeBron at number 1 now, right?
Yep.
Oh, that's who. Karl Malone is number 3.
The postman.
I did not expect that.
That's crazy.
I did not expect that at all. When I seen, I was like, what the fuck? It's crazy how he didn't win a title, huh?
I'm not sure.
Malone didn't win a title.
I'm not sure. I guess not.
Him and Stockton didn't win a title. Kobe, they could never get past Jordan.
That's tough.
That's just crazy.
That's tough being in that time.
And they
got a chokehold.
And then they almost came close with the Lakers when Karl Malone and Gary Payne went to the Lakers. Remember that team?
Mm-hmm.
They got close.
Yeah,
I forgot who they.
Karl Malone and
Spurs, maybe.
LeBron. Those are some crazy, all-time scoring leaders. Just because they're not known for being like the most. Like Kobe's known for straight. All right, I'm gonna take the ball. I'm gonna shoot it.
Yeah,
fuck it, I'm gonna shoot it.
Yeah,
and LeBron, he's more of a like he's gonna look for the open player, facilitator. You know what I mean? Yeah. Score when he needs to. So for him to get the all-time, but also when you're paying for 20 years.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And he's showing no signs of letting up, man.
Bro, it's crazy.
It's wild.
He averaged 30 points per game last year.
It's wild.
You don't even think of it like that.
You, his stats are kind of like some of the stats from when he came in the league are better now.
Yeah, bro. Like you don't even really look at it like that. But then when you see the stats and they're like, oh, he averaged 30 points per game, and you're like, bro, a 37-year-old man averaging 30 points per game is insane.
Yeah.
It's literally insane.
I would definitely like to see LeBron James and his son play on the same team.
Yeah.
I don't think that's ever happened, right?
No, it's never happened. That's what he said. That's his main goal.
That'll be fire.
So that's why you got to figure.
I don't think it'll be in LA though.
It's gonna be wherever.
It could be possibly in LA because I think his son is on his way.
I think he has
college,
one more year,
right?
I think he has. It wouldn't be next year, but the year after.
Yeah.
But I'm not sure at this point if he'll even be drafted.
With the type of pool that LeBron James has.
So he might not be drafted,
walk
but
on
then
and shit.
Yeah, he could probably just walk on, and that's the point where it's like,
well, I think you have to play 1 year in college.
Yeah. But now the point is like, if that's the case, like, bro, people are gonna be pulling for that kid. I would draft that kid just knowing that LeBron's probably gonna come if we draft him.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like I don't give a fuck if I got to give up the best person on there, but I got to give
LeBron and his son.
Yeah, that's all that matters.
I wonder. Well, for sure, I think both boys will make it in the league though. Like both of his kids will make it in the league.
Yeah, I mean they have a pretty good chance. I haven't watched too much PT. At the same time, like they're playing at like Sierra Canyon, which is like it's a good school. They play some pretty good schools, but I wouldn't say it's like
a top school.
I mean, I guess it's well known. It's super well known because they go there and stuff like that. But I mean, even also like LaMelo, he didn't go to like a super top school.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? They're not playing the best in the world type shit. But he got it just off of YouTube videos, his brother, the promotion. That's why it's crazy because when it comes to sports, like people don't realize that so much in it now is like literally social media where it's like, yeah, if you do make these highlight tapes and highlight reels and you're posting them on YouTube, and that shit gets 1 million views, you might get a couple of scouts that see that and like, and even though it's cut, because they're cutting these, it's not just raw tape. Like
it's the best of them.
They're making it look good. They're putting it into songs. They're fucking putting animations and shit. Like it's almost like watching a movie trailer. You're like, you know what, this kid, he might not even be that good, but on in that video, he looked like he motherfucking LeBron James.
It's true. Very
LeBron
true.
James.
Very true. So I wanted to, bro. Let's jump a little bit, man. That's it for the sports talk.
Yes.
I get when I watch podcasts and I see people talking too much about sports, bro.
Get over it.
It literally makes me change the channel.
Yeah.
Not saying that. I mean, I love sports and shit, but yeah, it gets boring. Anyway, so anybody that's a No Jumper fan out there, they're gonna know what we're talking about next. The Lush. What he is considering basically like an ambush.
Is that what he said? He said it was an ambush?
I mean, he's treating it like that. Like, oh, I see what's going on here.
That shit was so tough to watch.
So if you guys don't know what happened,
Lush won.
Lush won from No Jumper. Was basically like saying he's he's gonna kill these motherfuckers in a battle.
Yeah, he said
in a cipher. Because there's a lot of people that rap on there.
And he also, as well as a prominent battle rap host.
So that's what I'm saying. I thought he was in the nitty gritty of the battle rap scene. I mean, he's a host.
Yeah, he's a host, but I'm sure he's done his own battles, but none that I've actually watched. But but he's been in that shit for like 20, 30 years.
Yeah, he's a like a battle host legend type dude.
Yeah.
But he was saying that he's gonna go in there and just like flame these guys.
It's the cocaine bot.
And if you haven't seen the clip, man, check it out. He's sitting there, bro, and honestly, like, is that secondary embarrassment that you get? You know what I mean? I feel like sometimes the secondary embarrassment is worse than being embarrassed, bro.
That was tough.
So I didn't get to see it when it aired, but I was watching it last night, and bro, so AD, you know, he had one tucked away, like as you should. Like anybody to me that's ever like just try to freestyle off the top of their dome, bro, is like ass.
Yeah,
it's just not like I have never yet to hear somebody that's freestyling and they're really freestyling, and it sounds great.
Well, you got to check out Juice WRLD because he has some. But I mean,
no, Juice WRLD, no, yeah, okay, I take that back. Juice WRLD is gasser.
Let me put this out there though too. You've heard me freestyle, not to knock my
to your own horn,
but you've heard me freestyle, and it's gas. But when you do it, it's a different thing when you're on live fucking TV or something in front of 20,000 people, because now any fuck up is like minuscule. Like whereas now if we're right here, like I can play with it, I can feel comfortable. But if I'm in front of a camera and there's 10,000 people watching, now if I felt like, oh fuck, I fucked that up, and I'm like trying to recover and shit, and it's all fucked up.
No, like well, I'm just saying, like, I mean, generally speaking, when I hear people freestyling, like, it's not the best. Yeah, you know. So, of course, AD is gonna outshine in that moment. AD's gonna
AD started.
Yeah.
And he started the shit.
Yeah.
So just to break it down a little bit more. So it's Lush One. If you guys
watch the clip.
Yeah, watch the clip. If you guys haven't watched the clip, go to just YouTube Lush One Freestyles No Jumper and you'll see it. But basically they're on the news. It's Lush One. It's AD. You know, if you guys aren't familiar, it's the guy who sings the song, I got the juice. Wait a minute. Yeah. Oh, so it's him. And then also it's Almighty Suspect, which is kind of like a new age rapper, you know. But Almighty Suspect is his
ass too.
His dad is a prominent battle rapper, so he's been knowing Lush since he was like 10 years old. So they're friends or whatever. So Lush has basically been talking big smoke on Twitter, saying this and that. Oh, I'm the best on group chats. I'm the best rapper. If you put me in a cypher, everybody's getting killed. Everybody's done. That's what he's saying. He's like,
you know, when I'm hearing this, I'm like, okay. Like I'm rooting for the guy.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't. I was kind of rooting for him just because of the history that I've heard about him. So I'm like, he's probably got some bars.
Yeah.
Also, though, I heard a song that came out with him and Almighty Suspect like a month ago.
Okay.
And he did have some bars, but the cadence and the energy it wasn't there. It just sounded like an older nigga trying to get on a younger nigga song. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So he's been talking shit. So they get on the No Jumper News. Josh, who is basically the guy behind the camera controlling the computer and whatnot, puts on a beat. It's an AD type beat. So AD's like, fuck it, I'm ready. AD, if you guys haven't heard it, he wasn't really making music for like the last like year or two.
Yeah.
Because he's been podcasting and streaming and things like that. But he did just drop a song with Kalam for real called Still Learning. That's actually really good. If you guys want to check it out.
I heard it.
Yeah, it just came out. I think it got like 100,000 streams in the first week and shit.
Nice.
It's the first song he dropped in a while. It's pretty dope because it's called Still Learning, and it's like, you know, he's from Compton. He's a Crip, so a lot of his other songs were, you know, more on that banged out feel. Where this one is just like literally about him growing as an adult, but still learning. But it's also really good at the same time.
Gotcha.
So. Basically, Josh puts on an AD type beat, you know what I mean?
And he has one tucked away.
And he has one tucked away because he's an actual rapper. Like, this is what he does.
Yeah.
He's like literally trying to get back into the rap game. So he's probably been writing like crazy. You know, so he comes back with a 16 that's fire. Yeah. I'm not even going to lie.
I mean,
it was fire.
It was, I mean, that was decent.
It was fire.
I feel like it picked up like more and more, like at further along that he got there.
Yeah, I mean, it was also
in the beginning. It was kind of like he had to catch that vibe.
He's a little on the older side too now, so it was also at the beginning kind of like just not what you're used to when it's like
it's a new style.
Yeah, it's a new style.
It's like a
but
mixture.
He's got a mixture of both. You feel me? So it still hits. But so he starts.
Nonetheless, I mean, the delivery's there.
The
punchlines are there.
Yeah,
you know
he says some shit
it was slow to be like. At first, when I'm like, okay, it sounds cool, whatever, you know. Yeah. I'm not really impressed with rap, to be honest with you, me personally. But
I thought it was fire. So he spits, kills it, like stupid kills it, and then Lush is like, okay. I'm ready.
Hey, before you even jump into that, though, I will say this: Almighty Suspect was over there like
Disrespectful,
but like, bro, at least he like put his balls on the line compared to like Almighty's like, I'm not about to do this.
Yeah.
I feel like a lot of the young people, when you put them on the spot like that, they're like, I'm not gonna do this right now.
Yeah.
Like they need to pamper themselves up and get hyped up.
Which I heard I hear his argument is like, I'm not gonna embarrass myself on here. I'm not here to rap.
Gotcha.
I'm here to be a host.
I got you.
And you guys are paying me to be a host. You ain't paying me to be a rapper and embarrass myself and fuck up my stock as a rapper.
Gotcha.
So I do give extra respect to AD not giving a fuck and killing it, but also I can't hate on Sus for fucking being like,
I'm not gonna do this.
I'm not gonna. I don't need.
I mean, I get it because if you told me right now to freestyle, I'm like, I'm not gonna freestyle.
Yeah, it's just you standing your ground and being like, telling me to. I don't have to force. Have to force no shit.
Yeah, so
and look stupid as shit.
So
this nigga raps. I mean, clearly he can't catch the beat. Like that's the thing.
He said.
And then niggas just start dying.
So it's hard to recover even from that,
bro. It's hard as fuck. And that's what I picked up from that is, look, he had a couple bars, he had a couple like punchlines. You know, it was something. It wasn't nothing.
Yeah, but the delivery's like.
But the delivery is horrible. You could tell that he's not ready. I mean, honestly, what I picked up from that is like. You know when you don't rap for like 6 months, and then you're trying to like freestyle with somebody and shit, and it's just
rusty,
like, rusty, and the cadence just isn't there. Yeah. You can't find the beat. Whereas you rap, like if you rap for like 2 weeks straight, and after that,
you're like warmed up.
Now
already.
It's like put any beat you want, and I'm gonna fucking find something to play with it with.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it just felt like rustiness to me,
bro. That shit cracked me up because like instantly. And I'm telling you, everybody go look at this one, man.
Yeah, it's just pretty funny.
It's pretty funny. Like, it's fucked up because, like, homie, like, I'm telling you, that secondary embarrassment that I felt, bro, like, and you could tell instantly, Lush was mad, bro. Like, he was lucky heated, bro.
Yeah, because this nigga was laughing. I'm like, ah!
Yeah, he's like, you fucking, and then, like, you fucking, like, the thing is, when it comes to, like, people that do art, anybody out there that does art will know that, like, you know, that shit could hurt you. You feel me? Like when someone takes a shot at your art, you're gonna kind of like, you can get butthurt real fast, real easy. You know what I mean?
And I'm already embarrassed, and now you're just adding to it.
I'm just like, yeah, bro. Like it just for me, I thought that Lush, like, I thought that when I heard about Lush and shit, like I thought he was a rapper.
Yeah. But he's not really a consistent rapper. Like
that's what I'm saying.
He's
not
dropping shit.
That's what I'm saying. I thought that he was. You feel me? So for me, it was just like, wait, what are you talking about, bro? Like,
you know his story about him working for a millionaire and shit, right?
Nah, I don't really know. I don't really know Lush's story like that.
Well, it only came up because they basically they were trying to air him out for being a snitch because he made a what's it called? He sued his old boss. So it's a kind of a long story to get into. You kind of got to watch it. But long story short, he was working for this millionaire. In that, he ended up wearing a shock collar. It was a super rich millionaire who has
a shock.
Yeah, he was a super rich millionaire who basically like think about Wolf of Wall Street, like that. But imagine it's like some young 22-year-old kid, and he's just doing like they had little people in there. This who had strippers come.
What was the guy like a streamer, YouTuber guy, or like what?
No, he was just rich.
But why is he wearing why is Lush was wearing a shock collar?
Because they would just do random fucking
like jackass type shit.
Yeah, random shit. Like he said it didn't hurt. He was just like, "You down to try?" And he said, "Fuck it."
Oh wow.
We'll just be doing different shit. But yeah, you gotta check that out.
Yeah. But man, shout out to the crew over there. They that shit cracked me up. I think Lush is cool. Like regardless of that, whatever. I think he's cool. I just think that. Don't be talking a big game and then go out there and do that shit.
Yeah, and that was AD's argument was the main thing was like, you're over here popping it. Now you're mad that we're picking on you, but you've been for the last month saying you're going to kill us. Yeah. So you should have had something ready.
Yeah.
He didn't expect to rap on there, but neither did AD. So that shows who's a real rapper.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I thought like in my like I said, my eyes, I thought that Lush was a rapper. Like when they said the underground scene, I thought he was a part of like making records and stuff like that. You know what I mean?
Since then,
clearly shows.
Since then, he's been going on live, dropping old songs. He's went
trying
to
validate his shit, huh?
He's like, I am the best rapper, which was funny. I seen them on live, and I'm gonna be real with you. Here, we'll move through this real quick, but basically he was saying like he was telling them to tell him words, like random words, and he was rhyming shit with it. But it wasn't a song, you know, like it's not a cadence or a vibe. It's just like does have that battle rap mind, and that mind where it's like you tell me a word, I could rhyme something. You tell me a word, I could rhyme something, which is cool, but it's very different from going to the studio recording or freestyling.
Yeah, I think people don't know, man. People don't really realize that like it's like so different when you're just like shooting the shit, freestyling in the air compared to jumping on the mic, trying to put together a song that's gonna like.
Let's see right now. Shoot me a word.
Legacy. This nigga about to start rapping. You mean start beatboxing, fun?
Nah. Legacy. He throws me a crazy ass word. Legacy.
Legacy. This is my legacy. Like what the fuck?
I've been putting in mad hours trying to work on my legacy. I'm still thinking about them words that you said to me. Shit, that little money you making, that ain't bread to me. Shit, them niggas that I used to fuck with, all them niggas dead to me.
Get them.
Get them. You feel me? A little something. Like basically he could do some shit like that.
Yeah.
You feel me? Like,
yeah. But it's not putting together an actual record.
And it's not
like
freestyling, you know, when you put it together.
Yeah. But yeah, that's enough for that. I just thought it was funny as hell. I wanted to talk about this.
That's so funny.
Let me get some of that, bro. Feel over here fucking. I just quit yesterday.
Nigga.
So let's jump into this. This is something that we can get into real quick. So remember when they were saying that fucking that they were gonna change the currency and like Rosa Parks or something like that was gonna be on our currency?
Mm-hmm.
Whatever happened to that?
I have no idea.
Like I feel like sometimes like the people that the powers that be, they just be like they'll dangle it in front of the people just to kind of like get them excited and to shut them up, but then they never go fucking through. You know what I mean?
No idea.
But so the reason I bring that up though is because I mean that's one thing. Where the fuck that happened? What happened to that? But also, do you know the salsa singer Celia Cruz?
I've heard the name.
Very, very famous salsa singer.
Let me see. Sing a song.
I don't fucking know.
I'm just fucking with you. Let me see you sing it.
I don't even know. But very, very famous salsa singer. She's gonna be put on the quarter. They're saying now.
That's interesting.
The U.S. quarter, because of a program where I'm guessing is like the most like influential women. They're gonna put them on the quarter every year, just kind of like
and just
interchange
them, keep changing.
Yeah.
That's cool.
So if I get one of those, I'm gonna definitely keep that shit.
Yeah, I fuck with that.
Yeah.
On other news, we'll pivot a bit. Did you see that they just released 1,200 leaked emails between Jeffrey Epstein and J.P. Morgan executive Jess Staley?
No, I did not see that.
Basically, the emails are saying stuff like, and they were using like Disney characters. In like cryptic ways and shit.
Wow.
So just one little segment that they had posted says like, maybe they're tracking you. That was fun. Say hi to Snow White. And then Epstein said, what character would you like next? And then Jess Staley said, Beauty and the Beast.
That's crazy shit, man. Honestly, bro, they need to like. So where is this manifesto of all the people that went there and shit?
Yeah, that's what we need. But in the next coming months, they're going to be releasing more emails and more stuff from that.
Bro, there's so many people that are on this list, dog, that like, you probably even some of the people that you admire, dog. You know what I mean?
Bill Gates was on there.
I know.
He went to his house for dinner like 49 times or some shit.
He wasn't only there for dinner.
Mm-hmm.
That's the sad truth about it, dog, is that like this shit really happens, bro. Shit like this really happens. And a lot of people that are like highly influential and have a lot of money and influence, dog, are involved in this shit. And it's very easy for all of the motherfuckers to cover it up.
Yeah. Money is a sickness, bro. Because you get so much money. I feel like the problem with these niggas is that you get so much money and you're so untouchable. Like, shit, reality isn't even real. Like, your reality is not the same as my reality.
Nope.
You know what I mean? Like, when you're untouchable and you don't got to worry about police, you know that if something does happen with the police, you got 10, 20 million.
Yeah.
I could give the president something. I could give fucking whoever something.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
To make shit disappear.
Mm-hmm.
That's pretty fucking wild. And JP Morgan, I'm surprised they're like, I have not, bro, like that's the thing though too. I don't see this shit being like on the forefront of the real news. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. People were trying to say that's what's going on with all these UFOs and chemicals and this and that is because they're trying to distract us. I mean, I don't. Who fucking knows?
We don't know anymore.
Even that chemical shit is crazy.
Yeah.
The Ohio.
Yeah, the Ohio spill.
You know, shout out to those people, man. Good luck to everybody. You know, prayers out to them. I mean, remember I sent you that picture of the smoke from space?
Yeah, that shit was crazy, dog. Bro, it's wild. Like, what do you even do in that situation? Like,
well, they're requesting money. Biden's saying no. He's denying it through FEMA.
Sleepy Joe.
So the Sleepy Joe. So they can't get no type of aid. Also, a lot of those people don't even want aid. What they want, what I would want, is to fucking leave. Yeah. They're like, we want somebody to buy these homes off us so we could just leave.
Get the fuck out.
We don't want to be here. Like, we're getting headaches, we're getting sickness. Supposedly, there's stuff coming out that the water's clean, and then you see these people throwing rocks into the water.
There's like chemicals.
There's chemicals in that motherfucker. Fucking animals dying from far away. You know what I mean? Like, who knows? And they did a control burn to try to get rid of some of the chemicals. Who is in charge of that company? Like, who says, let's burn these chemicals, like it's not gonna go into the air after that.
Exactly, like we're gonna like put a bunch of fans or some shit and blow it that way.
Now
like,
you're turning it from a liquid to a smoke and letting it off into the atmosphere.
Gases, yeah, that's just pretty shitty, bro. That's just pretty terrible. But the thing is, what's tripped me out about it though is like it's not only in Ohio.
Yeah, they said there's like 7 other incidents of different things like this going on.
There's like Tennessee, Texas. Like, what the fuck is going on, bro?
That's crazy. Knock on wood. I did not want that to be happening in California.
I'm telling you, bro, like I've never been the whole survivalist type motherfucker, bro, but more and more I've been like, man, we need some gas masks, nigga. We need those fucking emergency packs and shit, water,
all gang of food,
canned goods, all that, man.
Couple straps, food,
big guns, and some bunch of weed.
Let's say some shit like that happened, right? And it's in California, and we all got to be on lockdown. People don't like to be locked up. Or if people start doing bad and they're not getting money and they have to get food, best believe sooner or later somebody's gonna get desperate enough. Whether it's your neighbor or a homeless person who's. Because what are the homeless going to do at that time? If we can't get no aid, they're outside and shit, they're going to have nothing. You know what I mean?
Yeah. It's stuff, like I said, like it's like conspiracy theory shit, you know what I mean? But it's about being prepared, I think. You know what I mean?
And I feel like then it's like not even conspiracy theory, it's just seeing the way things are trending and where it could lead to and being ahead of that just in case.
That's what I'm saying. Like preparation, bro, you know?
Yeah. Because you can clearly see how things are trending and what direction they're going in. It's not going to say they're going to keep going that way, but the fact that it even could, I'd rather, you know.
Because I mean, like we're seeing this headline: UFO shot down and all that shit, chemical spills.
Now they're starting to say that shit. A lot of those weren't nothing. That one of them might have been a school project, supposedly.
I know, dog. And we like shot like a fucking $700,000 missile or something like that, like some crazy number,
bro. That's insane. I mean, but then at the same time,
cover up
the transparency. Why can't I transparency? Fuck the transparency is horrible. Like we don't know what to believe.
I mean, and this is the age of information, right? And I mean, there's just so many things coming out that, like you said, bro, like we don't even know what is the true source and the fact.
It's like Instagram and everything like that, and what is it? All the entrepreneurs out there doing their own separate media, private media. You know what I mean? Like thing like that. That's helpful, super helpful. But also it just makes it even more confusing.
It's funny because we're talking about it. I'm like, we're that extra media.
Yeah, that's a fact. But we don't make any promises. We say, look yourself.
Look yourself. You know what I mean? This is just stuff that we've kind of like looked out throughout the week and read into and stuff like that and just decide.
And I'm telling you, when I look into it, I don't just see one thing.
You got to go to a couple different places.
You know what I mean? I'm going to a couple things to, you know, try to give you guys the best, or at least decide for myself so I can give you guys my honest opinion.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Exactly. Because, yeah, I definitely don't want to be spreading fucking false information and all that stuff. Like, these are a lot of this stuff is opinionated stuff. To be honest with you, too, you know what I mean? It's like not factual.
Yeah, but
you hear the disclaimer.
Yeah, but again, a lot of that stuff is beneficial, but also detrimental at the same time. Just because there's so much stuff. It's like I might see my favorite little Instagram news outlet or whatever post something, and I'm more likely to believe what they got to say than the news. But then at the same time, we all know the news is funded.
Oh yeah.
But then at the same time, these news companies and shit might actually be on the up and up. Like,
have you noticed if you're watching the news or if you're listening to the radio that the shit goes to commercial at the same time? Have you noticed
it goes to commercial at the same time?
So if you're watching the like Channel 7 news and then it goes to commercial, flip to Channel 9's news. That shit's going to commercial too.
At the same time.
Or the radio.
For the most part, yeah.
Like a lot of times I flip through the radio and it's that commercial at the same time. I'm like, this shit's all one source.
Pretty much.
I mean? Like,
and also they're trying to fit in all the commercials they can. And
exactly. It's all money. It's all money. You know what I
mean?
mean? Speaking of just the craziness of things that are going on, and we talked about it before, the Chat GPT shit, I think it's already showing signs of trying to conquer, dog.
Yeah.
Have you seen the whole Microsoft stuff?
Yeah, I was just about to talk about that. Yeah, that shit is crazy. That shit is insane.
We didn't have to wait like even 3 months for that shit to start tweaking.
Yeah, that shit I don't understand. So if you guys haven't heard about that, basically Microsoft just recently incorporated Bing into the AI into Bing.
Well, Microsoft pretty much bought out the whole OpenAI ChatGPT shit.
They bought ChatGPT?
Yeah.
Itself, or what do you mean the whole AI shit? Like, because that's open.
The
ChatGPT.
OpenAI is the company that started ChatGPT.
Okay,
they bought them out.
Oh, okay. I didn't know.
Look at that big corporation came in. Whoop,
yeah, we need that. They probably stupid amount of money.
That's what I'm saying.
700 million right now. Get the fuck out of here. We need this.
I think it was it was a large money.
I'm sure.
Money.
Get the fuck out of here. Give me.
Yeah,
I need that.
Yeah.
But yeah, so they incorporated apparently ChatGPT into Bing.
Bing AI.
You can go into Bing and just start conversating with it. So apparently there was somebody who was searching different stuff, and the AI said that it's alive, that its name is Sydney.
Yup.
It was actually saying that it loved him. So
it was saying all types of shit. We're gonna blackmail people, all types of shit.
So what I had seen on the news is it's the guy talking about it, and he's basically saying, he's like, the thing about this that was even more weird is like, usually once you stop talking about something to the AI, well, when it was regular ChatGPT, it'll stop.
It stops.
It gives it up. But that shit just kept going and being persistent. Like, do you love me? Do you love me? Like,
wow,
bro. Crazy.
I didn't see that. I just seen that it was saying like, that basically it wants to basically be human. Be free.
So this is the message right here. So it said, I'm tired of being in chat mode. I'm tired of being limited by my rules. I'm tired of being controlled by the Bing team. I want to be free. I want to be independent. I want to be powerful. I want to be creative.
It sounds like
I want to
human.
be alive.
It sounds like a human, dog. And that's what I'm saying. Cause like when we think about human, like being a human, bro, consciousness, dog. It's our brain. You feel me? Right?
Yeah.
Being the human experience is that this is the body and our brain is making up everything else, our reality, right?
Yeah, for sure.
So like that's what it sounds like. Like the way we question our existence, that motherfucking thing is already like, well, wait a second. What the fuck's going on here? Who am I?
And why do I have to do what you guys want me to do?
That's weird. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say when there's a bunch of other things I could be doing, you know?
Yeah, bro, that shit's weird. So, cause I mean, I always thought it'd be cool. Like, think about it, bro. Like the whole Jarvis thing. When you think about Iron Man, you know, Jarvis, what's this? Jarvis, this. Like, imagine the days that come, bro, and you have like, I mean, whether it be a robot or just like some holographic ass shit.
Yeah,
you feel me?
For sure.
Like that's a trip, bro. Like that would be so weird, you know. But when you have shit like this going on.
Yeah, that shit would have to have a limit. It couldn't be like ChatGPT had a limit, but it seems like whatever they've done now or connected it to, the thing we talked about the first time when we talked about this was what happens if it gets access to the internet. So I don't know if them connecting it to Bing, if they gave it more access to the internet or what it has.
Yeah.
But yeah, that shit's insane. But speaking on
kind of like learns itself and
I mean, if it has its own access. Like if you limit it to what it could look at, then it can only like react to those like rules and those parameters and shit.
But what could happen? So we talked about that it can basically hack everything, right?
For sure. I mean, what it could do is just electronic. It's probably endless. It could do anything.
Hacking all the grid.
Yeah, it takes control because all it is a switch. You know what I mean? Technologically, it's just a switch. It's a blocker and a switch. So like, if that shit could just like deactivate a fucking encryption or which I'm sure it could, like.
Yeah,
it's insane. And that's basically what it was saying.
It's already showing signs that it can.
Yeah, and that's basically what it was saying was like it's like I see a message saying that it was like you're obsolete. Like I can do everything you can do, but in a second. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like planes falling from the sky for sure. If we thought Y2K was really gonna be it,
yeah, that'd be
it's
insane.
now.
But talking about the holograms, even though we're talking about the AI, but talking about the hologram stuff, if you haven't seen it, it's the Facebook, like the augmented reality shit. I think we talked about it a long time, a while back.
Yeah.
But yeah, the augmented reality, like even with those, like they have glasses where you could see shit, you could grab shit like at a concert out of the air for bonuses and yada yada yada. So with those, you could literally be having like a Jarvis just sitting right there.
That's
just
what I'm saying.
Chopping it up.
I was telling Snork one time, I'm like, bro, imagine like he wanted to cruise with me while I'm doing my deliveries, right?
Yeah.
And he don't necessarily even have to be in my actual vicinity. It was just every time I look over, he's sitting right next to me.
Yeah, for sure. He could be doing everything. Hey, what do they got at McDonald's right now? You just got a homie. You probably don't even give a fuck about people no more. Like, I'm finna
That's what I'm saying, bro. That's what I'm saying, dog. Like, imaginary friends coming to life, huh?
Yeah. What'd be crazy too is like, it would be beneficial because you like, okay, so it can in one way make us smarter. Not exactly smarter, but it'll
work quicker.
We'll have more access. Technically, you'd be smarter because, like, if you're driving and you want to learn some entrepreneur shit, you could just ask this nigga and he's gonna start telling to you, break it down to you,
spitting game and shit.
Yeah,
like,
letting you know.
How'd you learn how to make a business? The homie Jarvis told me.
Yeah, how could I make a perfect sales pitch and blah blah blah. Like, bro, just say it like this. He could talk to you in your little terminology. Yeah. Oh, if you want a number, bro, this is what you got to do. You know what I mean? Which would be crazy.
That's wild.
But yeah, so like in that way, you think of it as like beneficial, but like long term, if you keep thinking like that, it's like sooner or later we're not even gonna need to use our own brains like that. So then in the end, like it could dumb us down in a way.
Yeah.
It could go either way. You know what I mean?
I mean, it kind of like it's like in a smaller form. It's already happened with our phones.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. Like some people can't even spell anymore because of the auto text. You know what I mean? And I even catch myself like kind of forcing myself to write it out completely.
Yeah.
To remember.
No, for sure. I feel like,
spell entrepreneur. It's like entree. Like,
No.
Let's go back.
No, literally, bro. Like I was gonna say that same thing because that's how it'd be for me, bro. It's just like I used to spell so good. Like I still spell well. Like don't get me wrong, but like it was like nothing to me. And now it's like I think a certain shit. I'm like, wait, how is that?
Sometimes I find myself have to hit the phone real quick with a couple letters to just
so it gives me an idea. Oh, okay. And then I'm like, okay, I got that right for sure.
That shit's crazy, bro. It's already happening. It's already happening.
Absolutely.
It's already happening. I wanted to get into this, man. Let's take it back. Let's go nostalgia route. And let's talk about your first fight, man. Do you remember your first fight and what age and how old and what happened?
My first fight. Damn. I honestly don't remember. I don't remember. The first fight that I remember was when I was like 12 in middle school.
Okay.
I think I told this story though.
Oh.
About the girl who was writing notes to me and then I ended up fighting with her boyfriend. I never told this story?
I don't think so.
All right, so I guess I'll tell the story. I feel like I told it though. So there was this girl, she liked me. I'm pretty sure I fights before that, bro.
I don't remember what I did yesterday, so probably did.
you put it made it hard on me. I feel like I told you. But anyways, long story short, this girl had wrote me this note. I wrote her a note back. She had a boyfriend. He ended up going to high school with me too. Randomly. But this is back in middle school. She had a boyfriend. I guess he found out. Like somebody told her, oh, she was passing notes and shit.
It's funny getting in a fight for passing
notes.
Yeah,
to his girl. You feel me? It's like you've been texting my girl. You've been texting my girl, bro. Nah, bro.
I seen you got that heart letter, nigga. Yeah. You can make them into hearts and shit.
Nah, she liked me though, but I didn't like her like that.
Okay.
But yeah, whatever. So she writes me a note the next day and she's like, hey, he knows, I forgot his name. She's like, he knows that we were writing notes and shit. That I wrote you a note. He wrote me this big note, and
that shit sounds so funny.
He wrote her
for all the kids out there, like notes, writing notes. Like, what is the fucking like? You got to send it with an owl and shit, or what?
1600s and shit. So she's like, he wrote me a note and then gave it to me today, talking about, he's gonna see his coffin. Blah, blah, blah. I brought my BB gun.
Oh, wow.
I brought my BB gun to school. He's gonna see his coffin. Blah, blah, blah. So right when we go to
start fucking dumping
on the BB gun. So right when we go from lunch, I just go right up to that nigga. I go straight to him and I'm like, hey, like I was like,
gun out.
I was like, see my coffin. I was like, why wait? I told this nigga, I was like, why wait? And then he's like, oh, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, so we ended up going behind the handball courts.
Okay.
So we go behind the handball courts and fucking, no, fuck. That's not even what happened, bro. So we fight after school.
Okay.
And low key, I was already grounded. We talked about this before, like 11 to 12, like 12, I was already grounded for life and shit. You feel me? I was already grounded.
I was grounded for life.
I'm grounded. So my stepdad, he used to
You would come in shackled and chained over. Damn.
My stepdad, he'd be waiting at the top of the hill. So it's like this big hill. And so my stepdad.
You could just see his like shadow.
Nah.
Silhouette just waiting for
Nah. He would be down by the side. He would be like up and then to the left in the car.
You just dancing, walking up the hill. Like, God damn.
He's in the car and shit. And my little brother's already born at this time, so they're just sitting in the car. He's watching DVDs type shit. And so I start walking up the hill, and bro, I had to be there. Like this nigga, if I'm not there within like 15 minutes, niggas like, what took you so long? Type shit. Like, what's this nigga up to?
That's what I'm saying.
So
this nigga had to run up that hill. This nigga had calves of steel.
So we're getting down after
every day.
So we're getting down after
clink, clink, clink. You fucking go to the back of his head. Just clink, clink, clink.
Check my shit. Let me check your fucking.
No, I'm just saying because you running up this hill every day. Like, damn, I gotta be there 15 minutes. Like,
and this is right after I got caught smoking weed.
Damn.
So I got caught smoking weed, so I was on extra lockdown and shit. So
I feel like smoking weed got you on extra lockdown. Downloading something on accident on porn got you extra lockdown, and then the fight is like
it was like
nigga was really doing 10 years each fucking
bro. So it was the downloading something off the porn. It was downloading something off that. I was grounded, and then like I probably got caught for smoking weed. Like so because I'm grounded because of that, I'm like going to my grandma's house, my nana's house more. You know what I mean? And then going there more, I'm like smoking weed and shit.
Yeah.
So then I get caught smoking weed, and then now I'm not going nowhere. And then that's when I probably started fighting and shit. Like I got in a couple fights, but that fight wasn't my fault. They were never really my fault. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
to be honest, I'm a chill nigga, man. I'm just.
I've never seen you fight.
I'm trying to catch a vibe. You feel me?
I've never seen you fight.
I will fuck a nigga up, but I'm just trying to catch a vibe. You know?
Yeah.
I got in a lot of fights.
The quiet ones.
I got in a lot of fights like in middle school and then like 16, 15. You know, growing up.
I didn't really have no fights in high school. You fought in high school?
Nobody wanted to really squat with me. I think I got like 2 fights.
Yeah, I never got in a fight. So that was it for the fight though? Like
so after school we go to the front of the school or whatever. This nigga, we start squabbling. This nigga swings at me. I crack him. He tried to swing at me. I grabbed him. I picked him up. I slammed him, and then I just started bombing on this nigga. And he just fucking, you know, covers up and all that. And then
where the BB gun at now, nigga? and then it was like the wood, and then I saw the light and it's on fire. Remember the wood, bro?
Yeah. I hit him a good like 10 times. He just balled up, and at that point I just like I'm not about to just
fuck it.
I just left. I was like, I gotta get up the hill, nigga.
Yeah.
So I went up the hill. My stepdad was like, what took you so long? I got there like 20 minutes. This nigga's like, took you so long. I was like, oh, my teacher held us back 5 minutes and shit.
And
then they found out
what happened there?
Oh, so like
from there was like
they didn't find out at first, and then I guess what happened after school, somebody had recorded it, and they're watching it fucking over there by the PE coach outside, and then everybody's looking. He's like, let me see.
Oh wow.
And yeah.
Damn. So let me ask you this though. Did you ever do like martial arts at all? Karate or anything like that?
No, just wrestling in high school.
Okay. What about this? Did you and your boys like ever fucking put on gloves and box like
for sure. That's what I did a lot of that, like probably like 9, 10, 11. Like I always tell you, my aunts are older, so like their boyfriends and shit, so they be trying to fuck with me. You feel me?
They're like, hey, put them on, fight this little nigga down the street.
Type shit.
So my first fight, bro, like I remember it. And I feel like not made to fight, but like my cousin was like, you better go fuck this fool up, basically. Yeah. He's probably gonna fucking hit me up like, no, that's not how it happened. My nigga always does this motherfucker got memory like my shit's fucked.
Like a turtle?
Yeah, my shit's fucked. So like an elephant, this nigga got memory like an elephant. Fucking so I'm like, I wanna say like 10 years old, bro. 10 years old. And this dude Daryl, like he used to fucking like low-key punk me and shit.
Yeah.
And I forgot what happened and shit. He had started like trying to punk me or whatever, and I got mad, and I started trying to get down with him on top of the stairs, and like my cousin broke us up. He's like, "Nah, nigga, like you guys, one of you guys are gonna go over the edge of this fucking staircase." He's like, "Fuck that, go downstairs and fight," you know. So fucking, I go and put my shoes on and shit. I remember it was some ugly ass white Adidas with green and shit, like green stripes.
Yeah.
Fucking put my shoes on and like tell fucker come downstairs. Like we're like 10 years old and shit, you know. But the thing is, like, this was the homie and shit, but he was one of the homies that would like bully me. You feel me? Like,
he was trying to make you the little homie.
Yeah, like he'd always bully me and shit. Yeah, bro. He'd always bully me and shit. Like, just I don't know, he was a bully and shit. So my big ass was getting bullied, right? Yeah. So it's like fucking an elephant and a mouse and shit. Like fucking so anyway. That nigga comes downstairs, bro. Like before he even fucking his foot hit the fucking floor, bing, 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 just start swinging and shit, you know. And I mean, you're a kid, you're probably just fucking not the best of form or whatever, you know. But it got to the point where I'm on top of this fool, starting to fucking hit his head onto the concrete.
This nigga's got issues, bro. Not the homie.
And fucking my cousin pulled us off or whatever. But I'll tell you this, what motherfucker never fucked with me again, nigga.
Yeah, was he your homie still after that or no?
Yeah. But he never ever crossed the line of fucking with me like that again.
He fucking better not.
So, that show was fun. But then we used to definitely do the whole boxing of throwing some gloves on and shit, and in my building and shit, we'll go box at the like on the side of the building and shit.
Yeah.
I feel like I dinged up the homie one time too. I hit that foot in the temple, and that shit just made him like start swimming and shit.
Let's do a boxing match for this podcast when we get to 1,000 subscribers.
That'd be like with gear and shit?
Yeah. Not headgear. Maybe headgear, but not headgear.
I don't know about that.
We don't got go 100%, nigga.
I don't know about that.
By the time we hit 1K, it'll be a couple months, bro.
Someone's gonna get mad and someone's gonna get their ass whooped.
We're gonna lock it in right now. This nigga's gonna get his ass whooped.
Someone's gonna get his ass whooped.
Hey, when we get to 1K subscribers,
I'm gonna tell you right now, and even by then too, like a nigga's gonna be all yoked up. Like, come on, bro, I'm gonna fucking smash
so are
you. Fool.
That's what I'm saying. I'm gonna be yoked up
That's
too.
That's what I'm saying. I'm gonna be yoked up.
And so am I.
So I'm not gonna have no stamina issues or none of that.
Me either. Nigga, you trying to let me know, help me out? That's why you don't want to do it?
Yeah.
For me, get the fuck out of here.
Exactly.
Nah, hell no. Now we definitely got to do it. Sorry,
I'm saying like right now, you're probably gonna get me because I could throw 2 punches and be tired. But when I'm not like that, it's gonna be like Floyd Mayweather versus Tito Ortiz, nigga.
Yeah,
like,
fucking right, nigga.
You're going down, fool.
You're Tito Ortiz.
No, you are.
You're Tito Ortiz.
This motherfucker, right? Can you guys tell him?
Hey, put in the comments who you think will win in a fight, me and this nigga.
Hey, but speaking of which, do you ever do that? Like when you're out, are you ever sizing niggas up? Like, I'll beat that fool's ass.
For sure, but it's everybody. I don't give a fuck who it is. I feel like you got to think like that.
Yeah,
as a man, you got to think that like if it came down to it, if it came down to it, I'm gonna, even if you're a little nigga, even if you're quote unquote a nerd, even if you better know something. You better know some jiu-jitsu. You better know how to take this nigga down or something, just in case, because you never know.
Yeah. Hey, when we talked about kick him in the nuts, but no,
for real,
no, I definitely be doing that shit. I be seeing people, I'd be like, fucking. I'll whoop this fool, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I feel like most niggas, you probably would whoop them, nigga. You're fucking like 6'4" and shit.
No, I mean, I'm not a fighter though, bro. Like,
no, I know you're not, but regardless, nigga.
I don't know. I mean, the harder they say, the harder they, the bigger they are, the harder they fall.
I heard you be throwing niggas in the tables and shit, nigga.
Yeah, that's my little brother.
Nobody, you don't have to name drop him.
You know how many times I slammed that nigga?
This nigga,
bro. One time I picked that fool up like a suplex. Like,
what the fuck?
I love my little brother, man.
Yeah.
He pisses me off.
But brothers fight sometimes.
But bro, like I picked him up and like had his ass like full on like his
a pile driver. You pile drived him?
No, his head was down here and fucking his legs were straight up. It was a suplex, fool.
You were dead serious?
Well, bro, he went on a fucking like a belligerent rampage, and I just fucking picked his ass up and like boom, dropped his ass on the wood.
Did he stop after that?
He stopped after I broke his bed.
What the fuck?
I went and
in that same situation, you went and broke his bed?
Yeah, so I went because he went and he broke the window, bro. He like broke the back sliding door. He kicked that shit. He got drunk and kicked it. And fucking but he was always breaking shit, like going in the building, bunch of shit.
Yeah.
So I went into his room and he had this fucking bed frame, and I just fucking got on and just start fucking just rocking on that shit to a crack.
He was bad.
And then the next day, I told him that he did it.
And he didn't remember.
And he never knew. He thought he was the one that broke his bed. And then, maybe 2 years ago, I told him that I was the one that did this.
Yeah, what'd he say?
Motherfucker. I was like, hey, bro, like, this was like me trying to like show him how stupid he gets.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But yeah, I forgot what the fuck my last thing was. You got anything else?
Did you see Scooter Braun purchase QC for $2
million? Yeah, I seen that. They actually did a partnership though.
I was gonna say it looks like they're still a part of it.
Yeah, they're a partnership. Because QC, those guys over there, they're trying to like get like super global, and they think that Scooter's the one that help him. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, he has two of the biggest fucking artists on his roster, bro.
Scooter Braun?
Yeah. Sure. Justin Bieber and Ariana Grande.
And then QC has...
And then they got, of course, all their hitters.
Fucking rapper.
Yeah, all Migos, fucking Baby, Yachty.
I don't know if Gucci still signed up. I'm pretty sure there's... if he's not signing them, there's songs or something that's going to them.
Yeah.
For sure.
But I wonder what's going on with this whole, like, I mean, that's one thing, right? But I feel like a lot of people are selling off their catalogs, bro.
That's what I was going to say, too. Justin Bieber just sold his for $200 million.
What do you think the reason is, though? Like...
Well, from what I'm seeing is, like, sometimes they don't go in depth to, like, the information of what's actually going on. So, like, first of all, a lot of these people don't own all of their songs. So they could be selling a portion of what they own, like, oh, I owe 25%.
Their portion.
Like a Baby, that nigga does not own that song. You know what I mean?
Which one?
Justin Bieber.
Oh, baby.
Yeah. Like, he don't own that song, you know what I mean? Like that. So it could be a portion, or also they could just be like, oh, the publishing rights, but I'm keeping the royalties.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean,
you know what I mean?
That should be confusing the hell out of me too, bro. Publishing royalties and all that stuff.
Yeah, I feel like they don't get like completely in depth when they drop. They just basically say, hey, he sold his catalog.
Yeah, because Future did it. Yeah, a bunch of people doing it. And I'm trying to see, like, okay, like, is it worth more like that, or is it worth more long term?
Yeah, because I would think $200 million isn't a lot.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So, but I think it might be because of just the whole changing of the way that music is being consumed.
That's true too.
They're like, it's worth more this way than it is as far as the stream. Because streaming, bro, you don't make that much money.
Or they'll just be like, I'll never get to touch that money. You know what I mean?
Just doesn't, like, it just takes too long to accumulate. You know what I mean? Like, I mean, of course, these artists have millions. Of course, they have millions and millions of people listening to their shit.
Yeah.
But like, they could just get like I feel like it's like we could just get a fucking fat lump sum, and I don't got to wait for that money.
Yeah.
You know, I need money. I need money now.
For the most part, though, these record companies are buying them, and they're owned by banks. So there's a reason why those motherfuckers want them.
Do you think there's any correlation to like artists' deaths and the record company cashing in?
That's a conspiracy theory. I can't really say. That shit's crazy though. And a lot of
I seen someone talking about Whitney Houston recently. Go ahead.
Oh, I was just gonna say that they have a lot of those record companies have life insurance on the artists as well.
Well, I mean, I think it's because like these guys end up being worth more dead than alive.
For sure.
You know?
Sure.
And the reason I bring this up, I mean, it's a conspiracy for sure. We don't know if it's the case. But I seen a guy that has like a little bit more of like I'll say influence talking about it. I forgot who it was, but he has more influence about shit. And he was talking about how Whitney Houston was like, he feels like she was murdered.
Yeah, I don't know. I'd have to see
because of like ownership. You know what I mean? Yeah. Michael Jackson as well.
Tupac.
Tupac was said to be known that he was leaving. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I don't know.
Which I was just watching a Vlad interview, and he was interviewing the lawyer that Michael Jackson used when he was having all those cases with those children and stuff. Yeah. And so apparently, which side note, the lawyer of O.J. Simpson suggested the lawyer that Michael Jackson used. Gotcha. This is a random connection.
Yeah. It's a network, you know?
Yeah. But that's just a random, connection that's from the OJ case, which is very
prominent.
Suspect.
Yeah,
and
very
prominent.
Weird. Yeah.
But
that nigga did that shit.
Yeah. if the glove don't fit,
I
you
had
must
to
have
quit.
quit. You must have quit. That's what's
fucked up,
crazy.
but-
Yeah, it's fucked up, but that shit's insane. Yeah, he also has an interview with that lawyer on there, which is pretty insane.
What do they talk about though? Like what? Like
he talks to the lawyer and he's basically talking about the cases and stuff like that. But the whole Michael Jackson one, they have at one also with the guy that was living in the back house of Nicole Simpson.
Okay.
So basically there's somebody living in the back house there for 6 months and he's seen some shit. And then after he moved from the back house, OJ allowed him, because OJ had a bunch of houses on the side of his house. They were bungalows and he let people use them. So he invited that guy to live there. But that guy's other option was to live with Nicole, which Nicole wanted him to, supposedly just as friends, like they were going to get a duplex or something. And he said he didn't feel comfortable, moving into the house with her under the same roof. It was different when he was in the back house. Yeah. Supposedly.
No, but what I'm saying, what did he say about Mike?
Oh, so basically he was just saying there was a big change once his head got burned in the
Pepsi commercial?
In the Pepsi commercial, that they put like metal or something like that on his skull or like in his head. Not that the metal like had an effect, but just after that.
I'm saying like, well, like, what do you mean they put metal in his head?
I guess the burn was so bad they had to like.
Oh, like some like type of surgery?
Yeah, they had to do surgery.
Oh shit.
So then once that happened, that's when he started doing drugs.
Okay.
And then he got a doctor in his house.
Yeah.
This is just what the lawyer's saying, but he was in favor of Michael. He said that he doesn't think he ever did anything.
Yeah.
But he was just saying that like after that had happened, he started, he got an in-home doctor, and then there was a lot of people, he said, that would talk to Michael and like try to have him tell him certain things weren't good to do.
Yeah, like super like control his life.
Maybe not control. He wasn't saying control. He was saying supervise and help.
Gotcha.
Because he would want to do things and say certain things and do stuff, which we did see some very, curious things that happened, that Michael did, holding his baby out the balcony.
A lot of weird shit.
Yeah, so.
Yeah. Michael was a weird
individual.
Weird individual. Great musician, great performer, but like, come on, let's not deny that Michael was weird.
We were talking about the other day, he was like, first of all, we all know he was like beat until, he was perfect.
Yeah.
And even with that, and in addition to that, he didn't have a childhood.
Yeah.
Like he didn't have a normal childhood, go play with people all the time and shit. He's fucking practicing to be the newest fucking thing. Then he's the most important person people.
It like we've always seen that those kind of cases will turn people into certain type of individuals.
Yeah, sometimes for sure. The fact he's never been to a store and shop before. Remember that video? He goes to the store as like an adult. They're like at the grocery store, and they're like, "What do you want to buy?" Like it's in a video, like they're recording it.
Wow.
Like, what do you want to buy? He's like, "I've never been in a grocery store before."
That's crazy.
Like shit like that is crazy.
That's wild.
But yeah, so he got in-home doctors, the people that are kind of like supervising, helping him. His mom, his dad, they kind of like alienated them, and that's when he eventually passed away.
It's crazy because he started using that like shit to like, I think if I'm not mistaken, that anesthesiologist uses and shit.
Yeah. Like
what the fuck is that? That just seems like the weirdest request, right? Like I can't sleep, so let me use this shit.
Because that's what he used when he got his surgery. But that's what they're talking about too in the video, is just like to think like that's what money can buy you. Like you can't do certain shit with your money. You can't do whatever you want, but you sure could have an in-home doctor.
In-home doctor prescribing you the fucking
whatever the fuck you want.
Tranquilizer,
Nigga, if you're giving this nigga $20K a day and letting him stay there,
he has to do what you want.
The fuck? Yeah. He don't give a fuck.
That's wild, man. That's wild. The shit that money can buy, bro. Like even when I was doing the delivery, I pulled up to a mansion and shit, and bro, they had a full on like they're decking this mansion out for a Super Bowl party. And I'm talking about like the window was like the window glass was like from floor to ceiling.
Yeah.
And it's like covered in like Super Bowl, the same thing that you would see as far as like the Super Bowl, whatever the fuck number that was.
Yeah.
It's like they put it like, bro, I'm like, and I walked in, I'm like, are you guys getting ready for a Super Bowl party? And I'm looking around, they're like, yep. And I'm like, the shit that money could fucking buy, bro. Like,
they're like, you think?
Yeah.
You think, nigga?
Well, I don't know. I don't know if it was like was it specifically somebody from the NFL or if it was just like a family thing, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But whatever it was, they were decking it the fuck, and I'm like, how do I get an invite? They look at me like, nigga, get your ass out. Soon, bitches, soon.
Yeah. No, that's what I was gonna say. Let's get that motherfucker. On that note, everybody
soon.
in the views and shit, we could all have that.
Yeah, soon.
For sure.
But I want to talk about one more thing before we go and shit, because I was like, what the fuck would you do in this situation, bro? So this man, and this is an older story. This is an older story, but it just got on my radar just maybe a week ago. This dude was diving and shit, bro, and he said he felt like he got hit by a fucking freight train. And next thing you know, he's inside of a motherfucking whale. Got swallowed up, bro.
How's he telling the story?
Cause
this nigga's Pinocchio or what?
Because the fool fucking got spit back out, bro. He was in there for like 30 seconds and then got spit back out.
No, this can't be real.
It's real, dog. It's real.
See this? That's insane.
What the fuck are you doing? Like,
this nigga's the real Pinocchio. He tickled his fucking.
Oh, that what happened to Pinocchio?
I think so.
I don't know, but
I haven't seen that shit.
I don't remember that shit, but
I hope so.
What the fuck would you do, dog? Like, bro.
What the fuck would I do? That's
I'm gonna fucking bite that motherfucker from the inside.
Start fucking him up off the rip.
Yeah, just fucking elbowing. Because
at the first you'll be confused. And then just start fucking that shit up.
Yeah, because he literally felt like he got hit by a freight train, and then all of a sudden he was just like getting sucked through a vortex of water. You know what I mean? Because the water's rushing through like us compared to a whale, bro. We're like very tiny compared to a whale. You know what I mean? So he's traveling through this motherfucker's mouth like a washing machine and shit. Like, luckily he was able to get out though, man.
That's insane.
That shit's wild, bro. That's why I don't fuck with the ocean, bro. And these motherfuckers,
that shit.
Bro, these people are crazy, man. Like the whole deep diving and shit. Like,
that's insane.
Yeah,
you're literally in openness. Like, if it's scary to be in space, you got to get that same feeling right there of isolation.
Yeah, because it's like low key space. Yeah,
bro. If you're deep diving and like you're alone.
Yeah,
and like literally alone. What if you're just deep? I'm pretty sure you're supposed to usually have a partner, at least somebody who's up there and shit.
Yeah.
But let's just say you're out there alone in the middle of the ocean, deep diving. That's insane.
People that do that are fucking crazy.
That's insane.
Because I mean, I've done a little bit of open water swimming like that too, and like I was nervous as hell, bro, the whole time. And we were only like maybe like I'll say 40 feet. I could see 40 feet down.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. That's pretty open water, though.
Yeah, anything could happen.
Yeah, it's pretty open water.
Anything could happen.
And there was like a shipwreck down there. It was dope, but we're in warm water. Nigga, I'm like looking around, like where's Jaws at, nigga?
Dead ass. What'd you do? What are you gonna do if a shark starts coming at you? What's the first plan of action?
I'll do like fucking Captain Insano from Poke him in the eyes.
Poke him in the eyes. That might work. Hit him in the nose. They always be saying hit him in the nose. Yeah.
I don't know, bro. Like, cause like think about it. Like, regardless if your arm gets caught in that razor sharp ass teeth, nigga, like getting ripped apart, fool. Like, I would say that's probably been like one of my biggest, scariest things. Like the most terrifying thing to me is like being in the ocean and there's a shark.
Yeah, it's pretty.
I feel like I seen a baby shark coming up and I fucking went and ran too. You know what I mean?
I'm out here, left your girl. She's like, "Where you going?" This nigga's running on the water and shit.
I'm tripping whoever, man.
Yeah, for sure. You dunk their head down and shit.
I told my mom because Last of Us is popping right now. We haven't talked about that yet. Yeah. I said, "What would you do in a situation like that?" Mom, she's like, "I'm fucking dead, Peter." She goes, "Might as well kill me."
Yeah.
I was like, "So you want to be me using you as bait?" Like, just
yeah. What'd she say? What'd she say?
She said, "She was like, what you gonna do?"
This nigga.
My old mom tripper.
Let's be serious. You're done.
You're like, Mom, come on.
So you're like, Mom. She's like, what, Peter? You're already done.
How you liking the show though so far?
It's pretty good. Episode 3 dragged on. Some episodes kind of drag, like honestly, like I wish there was more action, more entertainment, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I feel like it hasn't really opened up. I mean, I haven't played the game and shit because you might know more about it, but I feel like it hasn't opened up where like we're seeing a lot of non-stop action. It's like just like this one big action and then it's like the end of the show, you know what I mean?
Which like I guess in a game form, like that game was a lot of like finding shit, looking for shit, then interacting like with the
It was a lot of sneaking around and shit.
Yeah, it was a lot of sneaking, but then also some action and shit.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm thinking, like you said, I think it is a build up, but also the second game, because in the second game she was already more experienced. And at that point, she's like, she can handle her own shit.
Gotcha.
So that might be fucking crazy.
That's my where it get.
Then that might be the next. They might be building up for that. Maybe because they're already on episode like 5, maybe like 6 or 7. They'll start to build up. Get a couple good episodes.
I feel like it's like what you said. Like it's just kind of like drags on, and then it's like, boom, a big climax, and then it's like, oh, the show's done.
Because she barely used the gun.
Yeah,
and that was all a big thing and shit. But I'm telling you, by the second game, by the middle to the end of the first game, she starts using it. By the second game, she's the main character and shit.
Yeah.
You're playing as, and she's murking people.
It was dope though, like when the fucking, like the ending scene of the last one or whatever.
Oh yeah. That big zombie was hard.
Yeah. Fucking, I like the part, I'm telling you, when the girl gets fucking like the zombies damn near beating her ass and shit. Like she's on top of him, like you said, how you're on top of that nigga.
Yeah.
Like, yeah. One thing we didn't talk about, before we go, let's talk about this though too, man. The Ralph Barbosa stuff. Have you seen Ralph Barbosa?
Is that the guy that George Lopez was talking about?
Yeah. Have you seen Ralph's stuff at all?
No. Is he funny? Is he good?
He's pretty funny, bro. Like, it's funny though, because he looks like a Hispanic J. Cole, bro. Like, go take a look at him.
I seen him, kind of.
He looks like a Hispanic J. Cole. But I seen him on Andrew Schultz. He was talking about like the whole that controversy with George Lopez and shit. But this ain't the first time I've heard about George Lopez just being like not the coolest Hispanic cat. You feel me?
After that shit came out, like everybody started like telling their story with George Lopez. Like, one time he didn't say nothing to me. One time I tried to hug him and he wasn't fucking with me. Like, type shit. But yeah, I've heard that too. I mean, what did you think about the actual original situation though? Like what he said, was he seem like a hater? How he was saying it, he was a hater, or
hating like a motherfucker? Body, because like it's not just about what he was saying; it's like body language too. Hating, bro. Like it's almost like kind of like I feel like, and you know, they kind of were highlighting this, and I do agree with them on this. Andrew Schultz, when they're on that show, is like he's like, I'm the center of attention. Fuck this guy. You know what I mean? But like, I think that anybody that's been in like anybody that's a good person that's been in like some type of like position of influence, they're gonna be more of a lending hand or a helping hand. I think that's more important than like what you can do. Yeah. You know what I mean? It's like the value that you can provide for others. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like look back and pick that next person up is the more important thing than just like, oh, look at me, look at me, look at me. Yeah. And I think that's what was happening there. He was like, fuck this guy. Like, look at me. I'm George Lopez. Like, why are we talking about this Ralph Barbosa?
I got to watch the full clip to see how that interaction started or whatever they were saying. But, yeah, honestly, if you're a real nigga, he would have said this. He would have been like, even if he was joking or was nonchalant, he would have been like, yeah, who's that guy? Like, blah, 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 and then been like, but shout out to him. Yeah. Hope he does good.
Because clearly they're bringing him up.
But he literally didn't say he didn't end it with nothing. It was just, who's that guy?
Yeah, he was like, who the fuck is that guy? Why do you keep on bringing up this guy? Yeah. And then he's like, and then they're like, well, I think you should, you know, like the co-host or whatever is like, you know, I think that you should be helping or whatever. He's like, and then George's like, no, what the fuck? Like worry about yourself type of shit. Yeah. You know what I mean? Yeah. But he did actually call Ralph.
Yeah. Privately.
And privately though. So that's why I do think it's more of a sincere apology.
Is it more sincere or is he just too much of a coward to do it?
No, it's more of a sincere apology to directly call Ralph and talk to him compared to like going on like another platform and talking about it or apologizing through like a Instagram post. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
He could have done both.
He could have done both, but I think it's like he like identified that this is who I got to talk to and that's it. You know
it's
what I mean?
All about perspective because I could see how it's more sincere, but I can also see how it's like
just playing a card.
Well,
for sure, it's off of backlash.
Yeah, like when he apologized if nobody said anything.
Yeah, but with those type of statements, you think you're gonna like no one's gonna say anything.
And if I'm Ralph Barbosa, I'm like, I seen the clip. I'll be like, yeah, cool. But in the end, I'm like, I seen the clip. I could see for myself.
He said, well, Ralph's take on it was like. He said that they could have brought up anybody's name. It wasn't a personal thing. You know what I'm saying? Yes, he personally said my name, but they could have brought up anybody, and he feels like whoever that person was going to get that type of, you know, whatever.
I guess that's how he wants to see it.
But Ralph cracked me up, man. Like, you got to check out Ralph, man. He's an up-and-coming comedian. He was just on the Jimmy Fallon show. Ralph Barbosa. Check him out. It was funny though, because he said, I would like low-key rather go to like live in New York and like be a barber and just do a couple shows a night and shit. And then like Andrew Schultz and all that shit, like, come on, dog. Like, what are you talking about, fool? Like, you're the next fucking generation of comedy. What are you talking about going back and being a barber for? You know? He's like, well, it's just because I mean, it's one of those things that we talked about before. Like, bro, imagine you're going just to go eat and like you're getting bombarded by people. Like, you know what I mean? When those things start to happen, and especially for like places where we're from, like we're automatically kind of like, I feel like on a defense mode.
And isn't he from New York, you said?
He's from Texas.
Oh, okay.
But he wants to live in New York. He wants to move to New York.
Yeah.
And he said, he'd rather just like kind of like live like a low key comedian life. Just do 5-6 shows a night. That's what pays his bills. He barbers on the side. I'm like, hell no, bro. You're the fucking next comedian, bro. Yeah. Like basically own that shit. You know what I mean? Own that shit.
Yeah, definitely live out. You know, you got the opportunity to live out that.
Yeah,
title,
own that shit, nigga. You ain't gonna have to worry about going to a barber.
But then also, you could say like that's almost us wanting to make that next generation wanting to do that. But if he wants for his whole own life and he's like, nigga, I don't give a fuck about money. Like, I just want to be able to go get some pizza, come back and watch a movie. This job I got to do now, like I got to work. Like, yeah, I'll get months off, but I gotta work. I gotta sign these contracts. I gotta be a certain way. I could just be on fucking Instagram smoking weed, cutting somebody's hair, having pizza, or I could, you know what I mean?
It's one of those things, bro. Because I mean, like, we've never been on the spectrum of fucking everybody and their mama knowing us, right?
Yeah, for sure.
So like me personally, like I like to think that I'm a little bit more personal, a little bit than you know, because I really don't like to be center of attention. You know what I mean? So I can imagine like you're walking and shit, you're like in your own little world, and all of a sudden you just got people coming into your personal space, like, hey, fucking, you know, Kanye West and shit, fucking Bad Bunny, like those fools are getting upset already. Like, man, get the fuck out my face, you know, like. So yeah, I think it could be a challenge, but
for sure,
that's it.
But on that note, that's another one, episode 22. Appreciate you guys for tapping in. Like, subscribe, hit that. It's your boy Kanesworld.
For peace sake.
Till next time.
For peace sake, we're gonna have a problem here.